How to create a design like this in Photoshop. Now I'm using a gradient here, but you could of course use any other imagery. It doesn't have to be just a straight linear design, could of course be wavy designs and much more. Go to the tools panel and select the rectangular marquee tool, and it can be any size, but I'm just going to go for a fairly thin sliver in this document. Then I'm going to go to the gradient tool and I'm going to use a classic gradient. There's an option here for gradient as well, but classic gradient, and I'm going to use one of the color harmony ones, and I'm going with linear. Now if I just apply it, hold down the shift and drag down right down to the bottom. Once I've done that, then I go to edit and down here to define pattern. You'd think that that should define that design as a pattern. Unfortunately, it just defines it as a 1 pixel wide pattern, which is not very useful. It does create some interesting line designs if you want to try it, but it's not really what I want. So cancel. Just undo. Really good way of doing it is just go down, straight line, just all the way down, but just slightly, very slightly. Of course, you could do it as much as you want, of course. Just move it left to the right and then release. Now, of course, it still looks basically as it did before, but this time it's slightly shifted. So with that, now what you can do, edit and define pattern. And now you will see you've got this lovely linear design. Looks basically the same as your gradient. And of course you could add other effects to this, like say you could apply some wavy effects, add brush strokes into it. A whole range of different designs are possible. And then click OK. Well, you've got that now. So select and deselect. And you might want to remove that. So just edit and fill. Just going to clear it. So just put that to white and it's gone. But now what I want to do is edit and fill. And I'm going to use pattern. So pattern is the option. And you can see I've already got one there. And you can see there's one of the thin line ones, very thin lines. But I'm going to select this one. This is the one I've just created. Custom pattern. And set the script. Just click there. And you'll see symmetry fill. There's a number of options. Brick fill's pretty good. Crossweave's pretty good. Random fill's excellent. But I'm going to go with symmetry fill. Normal and 100%. Click OK. Now it comes up with this. Now the design you'll get at the end may or may not look particularly like the result you see there. It's just a preview. It's not precise. Go for 7. I'm just going to go for that one. You've got also 6. You can try them out. Just go through them. Number 8's pretty good as well. Number 9 and so on. But I prefer this one, number 7. So number 7 all crunches it in that centre and comes outwards. 1.25, that's the maximum. Unfortunately, you can't push it to 2 or 3 or 5. Be nice if you try. It will just come up with an error. Don't know why. Affinity Photo, etc. Other applications are great where you can extend it beyond that sort of max. 68, 60, and I'm going for 1 and 1 for the brightness and colour. And you can see that creates a lovely random colour design, and just click OK. And there you end up with that lovely line design. And of course, you can make some many variations of this. So what you can also do is you can apply on a layer. That's another option as well. So you can always go to layer and new and layer. Click OK. And then you can go to edit and fill. And with pattern again, exactly the same one. Make certain this is turned on. Sometimes it doesn't, gets accidentally turned off somehow. Click OK. And instead of 1.25, you can put it down. You can see what happens. The result is a lot smaller. So then with the same settings, or maybe change the settings, you don't have to keep them the same. Then click OK. And now you can see you've got another design added on top of what was there before. And at this point, of course, you can go to Window and you can go to Layers. With it, you can see you've got a layer now. Of course, with a layer, means you can just go down here to Effects, click there, and maybe go for Stroke, Satin, Drop Shadow, and so on. Maybe add a drop shadow to it. And of course, vary the distance, spread, size, etc. And click OK. And you can see you've got that layer design. With that, go to the Move tool, and you can, of course, duplicate this. You can always go to Layer and Duplicate. That's an option, or use Alt or Option key to drag and create another one. So you can create another layer, and of course you can always resize that one. And then with that, place it there. And you of course can rotate it, transform it and distort it, maybe recolour it and much, much more. And of course, once you're happy with it, you can then go to layer and you can flatten the image and you've got this design. And of course, as mentioned, all kinds of other designs can be created. In fact, you can even use this design. So any design can be created into this sort of like linear design. Just simply drag down there if it's a nice, interesting part of the design. You think that looks good. Again, edit and define pattern. Now you don't have to worry this time, of course, it is going to select the entire design. It doesn't sort of do a thin sliver. And click OK. Again, select and deselect, and then you can go for edit and fill. And of course, you can remove it if you want, but I'm just going to keep it there and I can select this one. And now use the exact same script. Again, I always like to turn it on and off just to make certain it's definitely active. Because sometimes, like I say, you click it, and weirdly, it just seems to ignore it and just apply the standard pattern. And then click OK. And you can see then you've got your design there. And you can, of course, increase it. And you can see now this design is mixed up with all those other bits of the design. And click OK. And you can see you can create some very unusual, abstract, very confetti-like designs very quickly using this approach. Hope you found this tutorial of interest. Any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Always great to hear from you. Bye.